Alright, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with the Skin in the 70s compilation, we're going to watch something called Sometimes Sweet Susan with Harry Reams. Let's watch. What you see there is porn legend Harry Reams. It's actually a fantasy sequel. This is Susan waking up in a mental institution from that wonderful dream she had with Harry Reams. She keeps having these flashbacks of some sort of attack.
All right, Susan.
What are you doing? Get away from her.
Cut it out. I wasn't doing nothing.
You frightened her.
Here comes the
Do
doctor.
that. We wouldn't be able to keep her here.
It's Harry Reams again.
Evening, Susan.
So she's been dreaming about her doctor.
Doctor, I was just...
You seem to have quieted her down.
Yes, well, I think she had a bad dream.
Here we meet the doctor's girlfriend,
Doctor, we have an emergency in here.
Leslie.
What might that be?
You're sensuous, attractive, young, fleeting maid is about to succumb to terminal boredom.
Take 2 aspirin and go directly to bed. Don't pass go and don't collect $200.
He talks about his patient with her.
No, he's happily asleep by now. Big conference tomorrow with Germany. A new girl, Susan. Her name is Susan. I don't know where to begin. Did you hear about last night's medical landmark? Susan the Silent spoke.
Spoke? I understand she woke up Tarzan. Oh, geez, that reminds me, I was gonna check those fingerprints of hers we set out for identification. They probably lost the damn thing.
She's talking again.
Stick with me, baby. I'll keep you in daisies forever. Well, got 2 whole sentences for a single daisy.
So the nurse walks in on Susan, standing there buck naked.
Here, put this on. What for? You can't just stand around like that.
So what does Susan do?
My name is Sandra.
Susan/Sandra starts to undress the nurse, who lets her. Other than the kissing, I can't show you anything else of what they do.
Doctor!
Turns out she has a split personality.
I should have figured as much.
Sometimes she's Susan, sometimes she's Sandra.
Don't you know me?
Sure. You're the cuckoo doctor Susan's been talking about.
We get a little bit of her story now.
I was lonesome. I'm really glad I had Susie to play with. Oh, and he'd never hit her. Just left her alone. No trouble for him when Susie was around.
And a little more background.
She deserves what she gets.
Get your hands off her.
Shut up.
No, no, Tom, don't.
Why not? That's just what she is, isn't it?
Well, she's my daughter, and you have no right.
Leave us alone.
You're not to hit her. No.
Only now there's Sandra.
Well, what does she look like?
Like Susan. They're one and the same, I think. She's got another personality.
Great. I was having enough trouble with one.
We get another flashback to Susan and her boyfriend. They have a love scene that I can't show much of.
I only studied for a minute.
I spoke with Sandra today.
Oh.
Doc has a theory.
I sure hope she doesn't turn out to be a Betty or something. I like my women interesting, but two personalities is enough.
Quite a pair, you know?
Susan hides from the world, and Sandra takes over wherever she can't cope. She believes the pressure from Susan's conflict between her desires and her morals. Last night you mentioned something about Sandra hurting you once. I'd like you to tell me about that.
Did I? Why would she do that? Those men. Two men.
What men?
Susan turns into Sandra.
Well, it is my favorite cuckoo dog.
And we finally see what happened to her. She was attacked by these two guys. I believe one of them is porn star Jamie Gillis in an early role.
No, Tom, don't.
They attack her, assault her. And our epilogue.
I shouldn't have made her tell it. I should have stopped her.
I just got her fingerprint report. She's from Evans. Her mother's alive and lives with her stepfather. She's been arrested 3 times for prostitution. No convictions. And here's the big one. Her name is Sandra Wellington.
Alright, let's talk about this movie called Sometimes Sweet Susan. It's available on this Skin in the 70s compilation here, along with Blue Summer, which I reviewed last week, I think it was. Teenage Divorce and Summer School Teachers, which will be coming soon. This is a movie here. Harry Reams is the star of this movie. Obviously, everybody knows Harry Reams went on to become a porn star. In fact, I think this was a porn movie, even though we had no insertion or close-ups, that sort of thing in this movie. But I believe this was a hardcore film, which was soft-cored for this version here. None of the brutal close-ups are here. There's full frontal nudity by male and female. We see Harry Reams' penis several times in this movie, but there's no insertion or anything like that. No finishing, nothing like that. They censored it pretty well. So there you go. So what we have here is a porn movie with a plot. We have this woman named Susan who is in this mental institution, and she doesn't speak much, and when she does, she kind of mumbles a little bit, but eventually the doctor, who's played by Harry Reams, gets a little out of her, and ultimately we keep seeing these little flashbacks of when she was attacked, and at the end of the movie we actually see what did attack. It turns out she was raped by 2 people. Now, throughout the movie, Susan has an alter ego, a split personality by the name of Sandra. Sandra is like this slutty girl, while Susan's like the so-called nice girl. And we see both sides of Susan. The weird thing was in this movie, there was that one scene where the nurse came in, and Sandra, or Susan as Sandra, seduced the nurse and just started having sex with her right there in the room. I can't believe that would ever happen. Susan also has fantasies about the doctor, Harry Reams, and we see those fantasies played out. Harry Eames had that big old porn mustache, didn't he? And at the end of the movie, we find out that Susan/Sandra, her real name actually is Sandra. It turns out she's been in trouble with the law, has been arrested for prostitution several times, although never convicted. I don't know. And it turns out she might be a bad guy. I don't know. But apparently, according to the flashback scenes, we saw that she was raped. One of those rapists, I believe, was Jamie Gillis, who was also a porn star, well known in the 70s and 80s. So, anyway, that's how our movie ends. It's 75 minutes long. There's not much to it, and it goes pretty quickly. Like I said, there's several nudes in this movie, although not as much as you would think for an actual porn movie. IMDb says this movie is 85 minutes long. This one's 75 minutes. I think you can guess what the other 10 minutes were that were cut out of this thing. So, anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about Sometimes Sweet Susan. I don't know if there is an actual hardcore version of this floating around somewhere. I'd be curious to see it. Let me know if somebody knows about it. So anyway, you can get this on the Skin in the 70s DVD. I believe there's an Amazon link down below. I'll leave it for you. Last time I saw this thing was running for about $30 or so. It's put out by Secret Key. Secret Key put out a lot of cool compilation videos, a lot of which I've reviewed in the past already. So anyway, check it out. It's called Sometimes Sweet Susan. Let me know what you think about it and leave some comments down below. We'll watch it. Bye.